The DBAT facility offers top-notch instruction and has state-of-the-art pitching machines that throw real baseballs and softballs. Both Oregon and Ohio State traveled more than 1,000 miles to come to Dallas and play in the first college football playoff national championship game for the right to take home this shiny new trophy. Now, for a select few, it's a homecoming. Of course, when you get to playoffs, it's kind of one of those sayings where you're not in East Texas anymore. That's what we seem to have every week. Caraway has become one of the Apaches' top playmakers this season, but after spending his entire football career playing quarterback, he's now making highlights catching passes. It was such an emotional game and really just an exciting game to watch, guys. I'm still kind of coming down from it myself. The Eagles led by 8 at halftime, but part of the difference after the break was shooting from beyond the arc. Tatum, 6 of 12 from 3 in the first half, just 1 of 12 in the second half. November 1st, 2008, Texas versus Texas Tech. Graham Harrell finds Michael Crabtree in the game's closing seconds for the win. At the time, the biggest victory in Texas Tech history. In Tyler, a young Christopher Wilhelmy convinced his dad to make the trip to Lubbock to see the top 10 matchup between the Red Raiders and Longhorns in person. Both of Christopher's parents and his sister attended Texas Tech, and he's developed his own connection to the school, specifically to the man who led the Red Raiders on that game-winning drive against Texas, quarterback Graham Harrell.
I was at a football camp out in Dallas, and Graham was one of the coaches, and I wore a Tech shirt. And so he was kind of talking to me about it, and of course I recognized him. So we kind of hit it off there. The next weekend, we were at a Tech supporter golf tournament. We saw him there again, and he recognized me, so got to talk to him there.
That could have been the end of the story, but in 2011, after his Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl, Harrell came to Tyler with Packers teammate Matt Flynn and developed a connection to East Texas. He met his future wife, began training at APEC, and reconnected with young quarterback Christopher Wilhelmy.
He gave me his phone number, and so he said, let's go and throw sometime.
Now Christopher not only knew the man he saw lead Texas Tech to a dramatic victory, he was learning from an NFL quarterback.
You hear stuff from him, and you listen to it right away, and you try to do everything that he's telling you to do because, he was just there, and he's been there. It's pretty easy to listen to what he's saying.
I've always occasionally just had someone like, yeah, I'll go throw with him, you know what I mean, like just wherever I've been. But Christopher's kind of been one that I've done for an extended period of time. We've developed not only just like a working relationship, but we play golf together and get to hang out outside of here. And he's just a good kid.
Sometimes you forget who he is. You forget, it's Graham Harrell, but he's just a friend now. It's awesome how close we've gotten, and just getting to work with him, it's been pretty cool.
There you go.
After Graham Harrell came to Tyler in 2011, he needed someplace to stay sharp on the field when the NFL lockout hit. This became that place as Grace Community football coach Mike Maddox welcomed Graham to use the school's facilities.
He's one of the best men I've ever been around, just an awesome guy, does things the right way, but was so generous, and he always told me if I ever need a weight room or a field or anything, I can use this one. He's a first-class man.
Last year, Graham gave back to Coach Maddox by working with his Grace Cougars.
The kids look up to him, coaches look up to him, and the thing about Graham, you'd never know he had the success that he had. He's just down to earth, and he'll help you any way he can. He was playing scout team quarterback for us. Running from some of our defenders and throwing on the run and just having a good time.
I had a blast, and just getting to learn with him and coach under him for a little bit was awesome.
Graham says working with the football team at Grace helped confirm his desire to break into coaching. And now he's doing just that, joining the staff of his college coach, Mike Leach, at Washington State.
He's one of the best minds in the game, I think, offensively, and he's an awesome guy to be around, and just because he keeps it so light, and he's always having fun. And so I'm really looking forward to it.
I think it'll be great for him, getting to go back with Leach. They get along great. It's the job that he's wanted, so, I couldn't be happier for him.
I'll miss a lot of people here in Tyler, but they're people I'll stay in touch with and keep up with and pull for, so it'll be great.
And Harrell has certainly left his own impact on East Texas.
He really knows the game of football, but more importantly, he knows how to build relationships, and he's been real special to have here.
In Tyler, Jeff Schaffer, CBS 19 Sports.
Go, let's go, let's go! Go, Tanner, go! Hands up! That's his job.
Stephen F. Austin basketball coach Brad Underwood asks a lot of his players.
From the meeting that we had at the beginning of the season, he said that he's looking for everyday guys.
Everyday guys, everyday guys. He loves intensity.
So far, his philosophy seems to be working. The Lumberjacks are 16-2 this season, 5-0 in Southland Conference play. And even though Underwood has been on the job in Nacogdoches for less than a year, he's already developed a strong connection to his team.
I enjoy every single day. coming to work with this team. They're fun. They work really hard.
He has that bond with us, like off, on and off the court. When we step on the lines, we know we mean business. When we step outside the court, we know we can joke and laugh.
It's a lot of fun to play for the man. I think that's part of the reason why we're doing well. It's fun to play for him. You want to play for him. You want to get out there, dive on the ground for loose balls, do things like that.
The Lumberjacks have not lost here at William R. Johnson Coliseum since February of 2012. Their 26-game home winning streak is the second longest in the country, behind only that of the Duke Blue Devils. But Coach Underwood says what's really impressed him about this year's team is how well it's played away from home.
Well, that's the one thing I'm the most proud of is we're 8-2 on the road. No matter who you go play, when you go on the road to play, it's a challenge and it's more difficult.
The Lumberjacks say that what makes this year's team truly special is that it's a true team.
The bonding we have as a group, off the court, we can hang out, everybody's close, we don't have no drama.
Nobody's out here trying to get theirs. Everybody knows that if my teammate gets 25 and I get 2 tonight, as long as we get the win, that's fine.
It's one family. We always have each other back. We have that bonding that can't nobody take from us.
In Nacogdoches, Jeff Schaffer, CBS 19 Sports. I actually want to talk a little bit about literature. I know that's a little bit out of character for me, but I want to talk about this booklet. It's a booklet that JT head coach Rickland Holmes gave his players at the beginning of the postseason. It's got the title on here, Road to the 2014 State Championship for John Tyler. It's basically kind of a blueprint, a way for the Lions to go about their business during the playoffs. Of course, they hope to win that state championship at the end of the postseason. There's a lot of stuff in this book. It's got a calendar counting down to the state championship. There's places where players can write their goals each week as they move along throughout the postseason. And also, they've got words of the week as well, one for each week of the playoffs. This week's word, destiny. And now I talked to Coach Rickland Holmes earlier this week, had him give us a little bit of a taste as far as the message he wants to get across to his players using that word this week.
Everything that you do from here on out for the rest of this week is going to determine what your destiny is going to be, whether it's going to be to lose in the 4th round or whether it's going to be to move on to the 5th round. But the only way to make sure that you can take care of what your destiny entails for you is to make sure that you do on a daily routine things that need to be taken care of for you to understand and grab hold and take what is called your destiny.
Of course, the Lions want their destiny to be winning that state championship later this month. 3 more wins will get that state title. High school baseball season is winding down, and the boys from Hallsville are on a roll. The Bobcats beat Sulphur Springs last night to improve to 23-2 overall this season and clinch a share of the District 14 4A title. Coach Scott Mitchell says his pitching staff has been a major factor in the team's success, a staff that's led by #1 hurler Connor Reich. But don't forget about the guy behind the plate catching the pitches. Last night, Connor Reich started at shortstop for the Hallsville baseball team, and while he certainly played a role in the Bobcats' win over Sulphur Springs, that's not the position he's best known for. Reich has been Hallsville's #1 starting pitcher for all 4 years of his high school career, a rare feat at a 4A school, according to his coach, Scott Mitchell.
If I had to come up with one word for him, he is just a competitor. He competes and he battles, and he has that attitude that he's going to win that battle every time.
But it's not all about the man on the mound. Every pitcher needs someone behind the plate, and Reich says he and his catcher, fellow senior Nathan Bailey, share a strong connection.
We're best friends. Before the game we talk about how we're going to throw each batter. For the inning, we're going to talk about the signs, and all that stuff. He's got to the point wherever he knows what I'm wanting to call. Just kind of gotten real used to it, real comfortable with him, Like you get to learn, if he's messing up, exactly what to go tell him or how to calm him down if he's stressing out or when to call Tom and go talk to him.
But that's not to say this pair is always on the same page.
Sometimes we don't agree on what pitches to call, but he's the one pitching, so you just let him throw what he wants to.
Do you ever get to say, "I told you so"?
Not really.
Despite their disagreements, Reich says having Bailey's familiar face behind the plate helps his game.
It's a confidence booster, knowing that he'll get the job done. If I throw in the dirt, he'll block it and throw him out at first. And it's just all about feeling comfortable out there, and I feel comfortable with Nathan behind the plate.